My 40K model. This by far has changed my life. Like, once I figured how to do this, I got my first client, and then I got clients after that. And by far, it's why I can afford to buy $5 million of real estate, why I can afford like my current lifestyle and all the things I've done since I started business. So I'm gonna share this. It's called the 40K model. It's how I'm able to charge 40K, and the clients are actually willing to pay that. And I'll show you how actually it's more than that over the course of a year. So 40K. Um, so just to kind of give you the background, I initially was a men's physique athlete. Then I became a nurse. So, right. So men's physique guy, and then an RN. So these two things are positioning me in a way where I could talk to someone in a certain way where I'm higher than like a personal trainer, but in between like a doctor, right? So I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, I thought you go to the doctor and they give you all the information you need on how to get fit, right? But then, as obviously as you grow up, you realize the doctors kind of just give you enough not to die, right? They're really good at like surgery and medicine, but when it comes to like being fit, you've probably seen it. Like they're not the best pictures of health, right? So that's kind of what I wanted to become, not necessarily a doctor, but someone that could actually transform people. So, what does 40K get you, right? It gets you the typical nutrition, the accountability, and the training, right? That's just like any successful program has those three: nutrition, training, accountability. So on top of that, I wanted to, because I'm a nurse, give you also blood work, TRT, and supplements as well. So supplements. So you get all these three. I'm a nurse, right? I'm not a doctor, so I don't prescribe. So I work with a third party person to get my clients lab work, and I speak with them and kind of formulate a plan, but I kind of take control of their health at this point. I take control of all of these things. And I do this by going, because I'm a nurse. I'm not a doctor where I have to be at the hospital. I'm a nurse, and I go to people's houses and do weekly check-ins where we do body fat caliper testing. And there's somebody that's on your health every week and keeping you on track, right? So that's what helps the most with the accountability part. So because I'm a nurse, I'm able to charge a lot, right? If hospitals pay nurses six figures, I can easily charge you 40K, right? So I charge 40K, but the way I do it is, I think, the best part of this, right? So how I actually charge people is I do it this way. And I think I haven't seen this in other places, so I think I may have made it up, but I'm sharing it for like the first time ever. Like this has been my secret for the longest time, but here it is. So I charge 40K upfront, because upfront is the most expensive part for me as a business owner. I have to give you lots of energy, figure out what's going on with your current situation, and formulate a plan. So the beginning is always hard. And some of these clients, like for me, I've been in fitness now for a really long time, but since like I was 16, 17, right? So at least almost 20 years. I'm 33, so do the math. But some people, even if they're doctors, or if they're adults, they're 40, 50 years old, they're successful in life, but they know nothing about fitness, right? So like they've accomplished all these things, but they still aren't fit, right? So I have to meet them where they are and kind of hold their hand throughout the whole process. So that's the most expensive part. So I charge in that way, and I do 6K a month after that on a reoccurring basis. So 40K up front and then 6K a month. So if you do the math, it's about 106,000 a year. Now, why would you pay that much, right? Most people, they say that's a lot of money. Well, that's where I ended up figuring out a way to structure this, where I still charge 40K for 6 months, but I waive the 40K if you commit to the 6K for 12 months. Because in fitness, the main thing is that you're doing something for a long time, so you can figure out what's going on and find the results when you apply the different techniques that we have, right? So it's 40K in 6 months, or 6K a month. If you are committed to me for 12 months, I can guarantee better success rates. Therefore, I'm waiving the 40K, right? And as long as you stay for at least 12 months, after that, don't even worry about paying the 40K, just keep paying the reoccurring, right? That ends up being about 72K, 75K, because I charge the PayPal charges you 3% on each charge, so it ends up being around 75K, but most of that's just processing fees, just being real transparent with you. So that's how I figured out how to do this structure because I could just clock in and clock out as a nurse and make 6 figures. So I had to make this not only lucrative, but also worth my time. So that's how I figured it out. You pay you can either pay a big fee up front and pay the 6 months, or I'll waive it if you commit for 12 months. The reason I did this, because if you know the fitness industry in general, there's two of my brothers, I have 6 brothers. There's 2 brothers that are personal trainers. And so I know in the fitness industry, this is month 1 and this is, December, I know the best times in fitness are like, these are where you make the most sales, are the beginning of the year when everyone's trying to lose weight for their New Year's resolution, and summer when everyone's realizing they're about to take off their shirt. The rest of the times, it's like hit or miss, right? It's not guaranteed to be making money. So the volatility in the fitness industry is something I already knew there was going to happen. So by doing the monthly membership, I benefit better than getting something upfront right away, right? So each client would be like $6K on a monthly recurring, and it would be better for the client because they're committing, right? They're committing for 12 months. They're going to do this no matter what. There might be a month where they fall off, but they know they're going to pay again, so they just keep going. So this has been my bread and butter, peanut butter jelly. This is the one thing that I think has made me separate me from other coaches in all things. Not only from my background, but being able to look at someone's blood work and telling like doctors that don't know that liver enzymes and C-reactive protein all get affected by someone that's consistently weightlifting, which in my programs they are. Some general doctors just don't know that. So that's something that I'm not like saying I'm better than them, but I'm definitely, taking pride in the fact that I do have a specific knowledge over this thing of fitness, right? So that's how I do it. That's why I charge 40K. I say 40K, but it's more 75K. But that's kind of like the upsell towards it. But I do it in this way. And I mean, now clients just pay. There's clients that stay on the reoccurring forever. There's clients that fall off, of course. And then there's some clients, these are my VIPs, that decide to pay me all up front in January. So that's a really great month for me, right? So this is I'm just like revealing the curtain. This is how the money is made in my business. So I hope this helps somebody. I hope this video really kind of like changes somebody's life out there. Peace. It's changed mine.